Good evening and welcome.
Good evening.
I'm Shashi Dhar and I welcome you all to Divine Healing Valley Spirituality and Healing Meet. And today is our weekly Wednesday meet. And we are here today to discuss one of the major spiritual laws that we discussed in the last session. In the last session, we talked about the spiritual law of divine oneness. And in continuation with that, we are going to look at the session today, and the topic for discussion today is the law of appearance. So this is very much in continuation with what we are going to do in the last session, what we discussed. So let's have a quick recap. What people remember, those who have attended the session. What do you remember from the last session that we did? Law of divine oneness. Anybody who would like to share your learning, your takeaway from the last session? And I'm sure if you have not attended the session, you must have watched the recording on the YouTube, because all these programs are uploaded in the YouTube in the public domain. Yes. So if you have watched the session, let's have a quick recap or the understanding of what we learned in the last session. And in fact, we are on in a series of discussing a series of programs which are based on spiritual laws. And the first law that we discussed was the law of divine oneness. So who would like to share his or her understanding of law of divine oneness? Anyone? Welcome. Let me welcome the participants who have just joined in. So welcome Praveenji.
Namaskar. Good evening. Nice to see you.
Welcome Baljinderji. Welcome Zoom user. Very good.
Good evening. Good evening.
Yes. So just to have a quick recap of what we did in the last session, the law of divine oneness, it is a spiritual law which says that all of us have the seed of divinity within us. So we are all divine in the human form. Yes. And it is all our endeavor or all our effort, all our karma in this lifetime is basically to nurture the seed of divinity and express that in our karma. So that is the law of divine oneness. And that is how we are all one and we are connected to each other, because the same divine is operating through all of us. The same seed of divinity is in all of us. So all the living beings, right now I'll limit myself to the human beings. So all the human beings are basically divine and we are one, connected to each other, because the seed of divinity is the same in all of us. Yes. Having said that, we express our divinity in different forms, depending on our passion, depending on our qualities, depending on our lifestyle, and of course, our strengths. So we will express that divinity in different forms. So a cricketer will express himself in the game of cricket. An actor will express that in the form of in the Bollywood or Tollywood or Hollywood. Yes. So you are expressing your creative talents, or you are expressing your divinity in a potential which is maximizing in your life. That is how you are expressing your divinity. Correct? And if you understand this, then we also understand that we are not separate from each other. We are all connected. And that is the law of divine oneness. So this is what we had discussed, the understanding of the law. And we also saw why we are not able to experience this in our life. 99.99% of the population are unable to understand this simple spiritual law. If they understand, they are not able to implement it. And if they implement it, the results are not coming the right way, which means obviously the understanding is not perfect. Yes. So when we see in the outside world, what do we see? Do we see divine oneness? And we agreed that we do not see divine oneness outside. What we see is war, terrorism, loot, fraud, cheating. Yeah, we are seeing all that. So the question arises, where is the divine oneness happening? Why is it that we are seeing only suffering and misery in life? And when the spiritual law is very clear that the law of divine oneness is the truth. Spiritual law is the highest truth, right? And the highest truth is we are all divine in human form. We are all one. But the outside world shows something else. So this is where we left in the last session. So those who have missed out the last session, I have brought you at par with what we discussed. So now let us have some sharing. What do you understand by this law of appearance when we talk of? Today we are going to inquire into the spiritual law of appearance. So what does it come to? What does it strike in your mind? Law of appearance. Anybody who would like to explain? Law of appearance. What does it mean to you? How do you understand this law? All point of views are welcome, no? So because there is no right answer, there is no wrong
I
answer.
should not talk about this because we've spoken already, so maybe accept me.
Maybe after a couple of sharings, you can participate. Yeah. So let's have some understanding. Well, where are you in your understanding? Yes, Rupa, go ahead. You're on mute, Rupa.
So as it says, law of appearance doesn't mean how you look outside. It is from your deeds, like तुम्हारा स्वभाव क्या है? How do you present yourself? I think it's that. How तुम्हारा nature क्या है? Outside तुम्हारी thought level क्या है? As inside, as a human, how you express yourself, that appears like law of appearance to me. I think that.
Okay. So yes, as I said, there is nothing, no right answer, no wrong answer. That is your understanding. Absolutely perfect. Let's acknowledge Rupa. Very good. Okay. Any different understanding that we have? Law of appearance. What does it mean to you? Meanwhile, let me welcome Pushpa Agarwal ji. Namaskar. C. Mani ji, welcome. Jyoti ji, welcome. And Vijay Bahadur ji, welcome. Yes. Yes.
Namaskar, Guruji. Namaskar.
Namaskar. We are looking at the law of appearance. What do you understand by this law of appearance? And by the way, this is a spiritual law. Yes. So it is the truth. It is the highest truth we are talking of. So obviously there is something deep into it. So inquire into this. Let's see. Law of appearance. Let me put it this way. We have heard about a quotation. Appearance is deceptive. सुना?
Yeah.
तो जो आंखों से दिखता है वो पूर्ण सत्य हो सकता है ना हो. So the law of appearance, I would actually say this is appearance is deceptive. So we can say law of appearance and deception. Though the law is law of appearance, it is actually understood as law of appearance and deception because appearance is deceptive. Yes. So you can understand it in this way. जो सत्य है वो दिखता नहीं है और जो दिख रहा है वो सत्य नहीं है. This will give you some understanding of what we are talking of. Yeah, law of appearance. So let me explain that with a couple of examples. We see in the morning, we get up in the morning around 5 o'clock, we see sun rising in the east. बिल्कुल दिख रहा है, साफ दिख रहा है, दोनों आंखों से दिख रहा है. Yes. And then sun sets in the west. And if it is a question in the school, the student will write this and the teacher will give him full marks. Absolutely right. But is that the truth? Is that the spiritual truth? No. पर आंखों से तो दिख रहा है ना. Sun is rising in the east every day and it is setting in the west every day. What is the truth? We all know the truth. It is the earth which is moving around the sun with respect to earth and sun, right? So appearance is deceptive. Appearance may not be the truth. Though we are very clear, all of us can see that. And humanity was deceived into believing that the earth is flat for hundreds and hundreds of years, till the realization dawned that the earth is round and is moving around the sun. Again, deception. So appearance, earth looks flat, right? Wherever we go, earth is flat. Appearance is deceptive. How many of us have heard about the mirage in the desert? You're going through a desert and you see an oasis and you jump in to drink some water and then you see that it is a Mrit Trishna. Right? Again, appearance is deceptive. So this is in the outside world. What we are seeing in the outside world may not be the truth. and definitely it is not the paramarthik satya जो बोलते हैं. Paramarthik satya is the ultimate truth. Right now you are seeing me in a Zoom window. हम एक दूसरे को देखते हैं, क्या देख रहे हैं हम? We are seeing the physical body. Yes. जो दिख रहा है, that is the physical body. What we are seeing is the physical body. Is that the truth? Why is the body alive? Because of the soul. The soul is existing or dwelling in the body. That is why the body is alive. So the truth is, I am a soul, you are a soul. But what we are seeing is, I am a body, you are a body. Yes. So appearance is deceptive. This is the law of appearance. Now let us take it a bit further. If you have any disconnect, you should raise your hand and ask question. Okay. I'm just giving you some facts so that we can align with it and then we can move on. Now let us go into a bit deeper into the topic. What we are seeing in the outside world is what? Terrorism, fights between neighbors, fights between the countries, fight between people of different groups. And the groups can be any group that you can think of. Yes. So lot of conflicts, lot of violence, cheating, fraud is an everyday activity going on. This is law of appearance. This is what you are seeing. Is that the truth? Is that the truth? What does law of appearance say? God is perfect and God's creation is perfect. Yes. So God created the whole universe. The whole universe is perfect. So there is a law of order. There is a law of harmony, which is running the whole universe. Yes or no? We agree God is perfect, and a perfect being can only create perfect world, perfect universe. So universe perfect. Yes. And if you see all the kingdoms which are existing on this in this universe, you can start with the mineral kingdom, the plant kingdom, the animal kingdom, the human kingdom, and the, of course, if we talk of the further kingdom, it is the celestial kingdom, right? सब में perfection है क्या? Mineral kingdom में बिल्कुल perfection है, animal kingdom में perfection है, plant kingdom में perfection है, celestial kingdom में भी perfection है. It is only the human kingdom which is creating a mess, because we have been given the freedom to choose and we have the freedom of awareness. Free will हमको दिया है and we have messed it up in a big way. Try to understand this. God's creation is absolutely perfect and we are all creation of God only. We are all perfect. But we are all living in deception. We are all living in the law of appearance being real. And this is the cause of suffering and misery. This is the cause of disorder and disharmony. This is the cause of all conflicts. We believe appearance is real. So let us have some sharing now. I've given you too much of points to think. So let's have some sharing. How many of you agree with me? First of all, let me see who is not agreeing with me. If you don't agree, you should raise your hand and have a discussion. Yes, Rupa, do you agree or do you disagree?
Agree.
सर
Agree.
Okay, fine. Yes, Ranjana.
सर थोड़ा सा और मतलब डीप में जा रहे हैं, थोड़ा सा और एक्सप्लेन करेंगे.
हाँ, डीप में जाएंगे. पहले इतना तो समझ लेना, इतना समझ में आया कि नहीं.
ओके.
तो लॉ ऑफ अपीयरेंस इज डिसेप्टिव. जो दिखता है वो सत्य नहीं है और जो सत्य है वो दिख नहीं सकता. इस बात से सहमत हो? कि आप बोलो जो मैंने देखा वो बिल्कुल सत्य है, आंखों देखा कभी झूठा नहीं होता. इफ यू बिलीव दैट, you are in big trouble because you are believing in the law of appearance, which is deceptive. Then you will only have suffering and misery in life. You have to go beyond the physical eyes. You have to go beyond the physical appearance. That comes with intuition. We call that the third eye. तो जब तक आप third eye का wisdom, intuition का wisdom नहीं डालोगे, law of appearance will create mess in your life. You will never understand the law of divine oneness. if you believe in law of appearance. First, we have to understand that the appearance is deceptive. Then only you will get an access to the law of divine oneness. So I made it more clear. So let us have some sharing. Vijayji, you are shaking your head. So is that in approval or disapproval?
Access जो आप बोल रहे हैं सर, I mean appearance is deceptive, all right, but so everything is relative, I guess.
Relative world में सब relative है. But we are talking of the ultimate truth.
Ultimate truth is unchanging because it's divine truth, it's cardinal principles of nature.
Correct.
जो दिख रहा है, it's all relative, so everybody tries to relate it with it and sees it as a mirror of what he wants to see.
That is what is creating confusion in the world, right?
I guess, yeah, I mean, that's creating a confusion. At the same time, that's also fun. That's fun of life.
War is not fun. Terrorism is not fun.
Okay, I mean, the other side is also there. Both, there's a yin and yang, there's a light
नहीं,
and...
आप ये बताइए वार और टेररिज्म के पीछे का अल्टीमेट ट्रुथ क्या है? Then I will understand your point. How do you see perfection and order in something as disorderly as war and terrorism? That is my question. If you can answer that, then you are on the right path.
I don't have an answer for that.
Good. So let's inquire. Very good, Vijayji. So this is what we are into. So we have to inquire into when you are seeing suffering and misery in life, when you're seeing war and terrorism, when you're seeing murders, how do you see the divine order behind it? What is the divine order behind it? What is the divine truth behind it? That is what we need to inquire. अगर वो समझ में आ गया, then we are in line with the law of spiritual law of divine oneness. Then we understand appearance is deceptive. Yes, Gunjan, you raised your hand. Go ahead.
सर कल मेरा साइकिल चोरी हो गया बेटे का, तो दैट इज द ट्रूथ. बट मे बी मैंने उसका कोई कर्जा देना होगा पिछले जन्म का, सो ही टुक इट अवे.
Good, very simple
That is the truth.
explanation. Very simple explanation. चोरी हो गई साइकिल and she thinks that जिसने भी चोरी किया उसके साथ कुछ पुराने जन्म का लेना देना होगा, तो वो ले गया. It's okay. So she is not disturbed.
Yeah.
चोरी हुई and she can see the divine order behind it. Right? Very good, Gunjan. That is how you understand the law. Perfect. So you have to understand the law in the basic things. You don't have to go for global consciousness and Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam kind of. That is also good, but this is simple. चोरी हुई, upset नहीं हुए, understand that it was a karmic debt, it is gone, finished. मिल गया तो बहुत अच्छी बात है. There is hope in this humanity. नहीं मिला तो हिसाब बराबर. Very good.
Thank
That's the
God.
right understanding of divine oneness. Yes, but my question still remains unanswered. Who is the brave one who is going to answer that? How do you see order and harmony behind war and terrorism? How do you see balance and harmony and order between a villain and a victim?
That is how the universe will evolve.
How? Explain that.
You mean the
जो
Go
जो
ahead.
आया है सर उसको जाना है, तो वो कोई ना कोई बहाना बनेगा जाने का.
जो आया है वो जाएगा तो कोई ना कोई बहाना बनेगा. That doesn't fully answer it, but yeah, I understand what you're trying to say. Okay, somebody else who would like to attempt that? Yes, Meenakshi ji, go ahead.
I feel as you are saying ki what is the reason behind this war thing is happening. So one of the main reason, just like COVID also happened, in my point of view, it happens to remove collective karma of the earth so that humanity will be able to raise and transformation will come. Because nowadays in Hindi, as we say, Kali Yuga is here. So after some time in this era, directly God नहीं आएंगे कोई अवतार लेके. So somewhere God has their own way, universe का अपना way होता है. तो वो एक collective कर्मा remove करने के लिए and to bring somewhat balance in the world, इसलिए ये चीजें होती हैं time to
Absolutely
time.
perfect, Meenakshi ji. Wonderful explanation. Let's acknowledge Meenakshi ji. Great understanding and great expression of the spiritual law. Collective karma, collective consciousness. When two countries are at war, the collective karma is in operation. Collective consciousness of one country is clashing with the collective consciousness of the other, and their karma will decide who is the villain, who is the victim. And when the karma are balanced, then the other organizations will come, the global organizations will come, and there will be a peace treaty, and things will be brought into balance. Universe has ways and means how to bring things into balance. Natural calamities will happen when the universe has to bring balance. Yes, if human beings think that they are the masters on this planet Earth, like the dinosaurs, they will soon become extinct. Nothing is going to happen to the Earth. Earth is there since billions of years. It will still operate. After thousands of years, another set of human beings will start evolving. Yes. So if we want to exist on this planet Earth, it is for us to understand and practice these spiritual laws and live by them so that we can survive. And not only survive, we can coexist peacefully with love, peace, and joy. That is the understanding. Yes. I hope it has made some points clear. War and terrorism is what is appearing, law of appearance, and that is deceptive. Behind that, the spiritual law of divine oneness is operating because there is a perfect order, perfect harmony, and perfect balance, which is unshakable, which is eternal, unchanging, changeless. Yes, let's acknowledge. Very good understanding by Meenakshi ji and good discussion. Very good.
I
Anybody
want to
else who
add
has any
one
question?
more thing on that.
Yeah.
On
Yeah.
a positive note, it is also teaches us, like people around rest of the world who are not into war, it teaches us to have peace with people around us, to be human to each other, and be nice with everyone, so that this situation will not happen to any other country and to anyone. So
Very
it
good.
has both pros and cons also.
Absolutely.
Thank
That's
you.
why I said the learning is that peaceful coexistence with the energy of love, peace, and joy for all. That will be the learning. Correct. So whenever there is a war or hostility outside the country, you need to learn from it so that it doesn't happen in your country or in your place. Yes. And also we will look at, when there is a victim and the villain, you have to understand. Now I'm talking of two souls. Yeah. So you have to understand a soul is playing a role. If a soul is playing the role of a victim, that role can be justified only when there is a presence of a villain. Just imagine or just think of a Bollywood pot boiler. Movie is a blockbuster only when the villain attracts a victim or a victim attracts a villain. That is when the scene is fit for the hero to come and create a heroic act out of it. तो विलेन अगर आप हो लाइफ में तो विक्टिम आपके नजर में आ ही जाएगा, और अगर कोई विक्टिम है तो कोई ना कोई विलेन उसकी लाइफ में आ ही जाएगा. This is the law of karma in play. You have to understand the divine order behind it. Yes. And once you understand the spiritual law, then it is easy to move out of your victim ego and then become a master of your life and then create love, peace, and joy for yourself and others. So that is the understanding and that is the path. Yes. Okay, good. Rachna, you go ahead. You raise your hand.
तो सर एक क्वेश्चन आ रहा है माइंड में, जैसे नालंदा, कई बार ऐसा होता है कि अच्छे लोग भी ऐसे चीजों मतलब मारे जाते हैं, लाइक we talk about the times of Nalanda
Rachna,
when
you have
the
to
attack
speak
happened.
into the mic. You are not audible. You have to speak into the mic slowly.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm talking about the innocent people also gets they die also. They are suffered in some situations. When, if we talk about the times of Nalanda when the attack happened and the people, the innocent people and the spiritually involved people also died. So what is your view on any these kind of circumstances?
Innocent people are dying. This is law of appearance. Behind it is law of karma. इस जन्म में innocent दिख रहे हैं, पिछले जन्म में क्या किया you don't know, right? And maybe that is their way of getting moksha. Correct? They are liberated from the bondage. So if the most saintly people are crucified or they had to leave the body, maybe it is their last birth. They have attained moksha and the last bit of action was how to leave the body. And उनका प्रारब्ध ऐसा था कि उनको एक violent ending मिलना था तो मिल गया. So they are free. So you don't judge yourself. I mean, don't judge the situation by the appearance. Law of appearance means appearance is deceptive. You cannot see the truth with your visible eyes. You have to see the truth with the third eye, your spiritual eye, with the divine intuition, with the divine wisdom. Then only you will understand the law of divine oneness. When you see through the law of appearance, you have to understand what you are seeing is not the truth. एक mirage है, एक illusion है. This is called Maya actually. I didn't want to use this word Maya because people understand it in a very, very, very weird manner. So I didn't want to mention this word. But this is what actually it is. जो दिख रहा है वो सत्य नहीं है. This is Maya. Maya is changing. Whatever is changing is not the truth. Whatever is permanent is the truth. The body keeps changing. The mind keeps changing. The thoughts, feelings, emotions keep changing. They are not the truth. The soul is the truth. Yes.
Sir, you mean to say that if anything is happening, that is, for example, in my life, if something is not happening, which जो मुझे अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है, so that is the law of appearance and मेरे कर्मास मुझ पे वापस आ रहे हैं.
Obviously, it is happening in your life. So the result that you are producing in your life is a result of your karma. That will tell you whether you are moving in the right path or not. Take corrective action and do the revised karma and you will get the desired result. Also, if you deserve it. आपका deserving factor भी होना चाहिए. So you should move on the spiritual journey with your sadhana. Do your karma and leave the results to the divine. And if the desired results are coming, great. Celebrate, be in gratitude. और अगर desired results नहीं आ रहे हैं, improve your deserving level. Yes. कामयाबी के पीछे नहीं भागो, काबिल बनो, कामयाबी खुद मिल जाएगी. हाँ, गुड डायलॉग ऑफ रणछोड़ दास. रिमेंबर 3 Idiots. कामयाबी के पीछे मत भागो, काबिल बनो, कामयाबी खुद मिल जाएगी. So that way. So if something is not happening in your life, don't say I am a failure, I am rejected. No, you just have to improve your deserving level. Try again, and you will get the desired results if you deserve it. I'll come back to you, Ranjana. Think about it. Meanwhile, let us go to Jitinji. Jitinji, yes, go ahead.
So there's one question in mind. I might sound stupid to it, but when we talk about law of appearance, there's, if I understood it right, is we have to look beyond what is visible to our eyes, right? Then how come it is different from when we are supposed to be present at that moment? So it is being said when you are present at that moment, you have that power to look beyond what is being appeared in front of your eyes. So I just want to understand what is the difference between being present and the law of appearance.
Law of appearance is what you are seeing in the outside world. वस्तु, व्यक्ति, परिस्थिति. बाहर की दुनिया में क्या दिखेगा आपको? वस्तु, व्यक्ति या परिस्थिति. और ये सारी बदलने वाली चीजें हैं. तो ये अल्टीमेट ट्रुथ नहीं है. इनके अंदर जो डिविनिटी है वो ट्रुथ है. इनके अंदर, इनके पीछे डिसऑर्डर और chaos के पीछे जो ऑर्डर एंड हार्मनी है वो ट्रुथ है. So appearance is deceptive. That is what you need to understand, right? And when you talk of presence, let me tell you, you can never be absent.
Sir, we can never be absent, but we always have a sort of feeling where we think about past or future.
That's a different thing. What you're seeing right now. What are you seeing right now? That is deception. And we are programmed, conditioned into living in deception.
True.
Correct? So we have to break that conditioning. First of all, we have to
Okay.
understand we are living in a condition. We are living in a conditioned environment. We are living in the world of deception. We have been programmed into living into the world of deception. So I'll explain more. But did I
Okay.
answer your question in some way?
Just to an extent.
Okay, good. So be in that inquiry, and if the question still prevails, we will take it up later. Yeah.
Sure.
Now let us move further deep into it. Yes, before that, Amitji, yes, raise your hand. Go ahead.
So I wanted to just maybe try to answer what Jitin Bhai was asking. So I think these two are different principles and different activities which act parallelly. For example, we are meeting, we are having this Zoom meeting, and at the same time, so there is an effort of me, let's say, speaking right now. It's one activity happening. Another activity is that I'm taking an effort to keep sitting straight. Likewise, being in the moment is a different possibility. At the same time, parallelly, it is also possible to know that what we're seeing is just appearing, but behind this, the law of karma is working. So these two things parallelly, there is no need to have a connection between the two and draw an inference from A to B or B to A. I don't know if you could, if I could.
Then in that case, Amitji, where is the relevance of these two? Power of being present and the law of appearance. Appearance means, so it is, I heard it somewhere that we shall not believe whatever we see or whatever we believe, right? At the very first instance. And
Correct.
that's true. In order to overcome what you're seeing is when you are present about a situation or you're present in that moment, when you accept an act as an act without giving it a meaning, right? And it happens when you're present over there. That is what my concern is. Once we learn
I'll
that.
explain that, Jitanji. Understand it this way. When you are being in the present, then you have an access to see that the appearance is deceptive. Yes. जब आप प्रेजेंट में होंगे तब भी आपको ये एक्सेस मिलेगा when you can see that the appearance is deception and you can look into the possibility of the law of divine oneness. Present में नहीं होंगे तो you will always be entangled into past or future. That is exactly what you're trying to say, correct? Hello, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're right.
So you are right. Being present in the moment is important for you to understand the spiritual laws.
Right.
That is the right place to be in. Good.
Thank you.
Yes. Right. Okay, we are ready to move in further deep. Anybody has any question? Did anyone raise your hand? No. Okay. So now let us understand, having understood that the world is full of deception, outside world is full of vastu, vyakti, paristhiti, people, situations, and things which are changing every moment. So that is not the truth. So that appearance is deception. And the biggest deception that we are living in, anyone who can tell me that? The biggest deception that we are living in the world today.
Our own self in the material world.
Yes.
Yeah.
You are living in the material world and you have some beliefs.
Yeah.
The truth is that we are divine in the God form, correct? We are divine in the human form. But what is the belief that we are living in? What is the deception that we are living in? What is the reality that we are living in?
क्या टिकट ज्यादा होती है उसमें?
Anyone who is saying that? Yeah. कौन बोलना चाहेंगे?
Jitin, you need to go on mute. Jitin, yeah.
Anyone who would like to attempt that?
Amitji, I missed your point. Sorry.
That's okay. There was some disturbance. I put you on mute. Okay. So let us understand this. The biggest deception that we are human beings, as human beings, we are living in is that I am not good enough. I am helpless. I am a victim. I am unloved. I am not worthy of love. That is even worse.
Yeah.
I am not loved is bad enough, but I am not worthy of love is the most miserable part of it. Because that leads to nobody loves me. 2-3 लोगों ने reject किया होगा and then you declare I am a failure, I am rejected. And this is the biggest deception we are living in. The truth is we are all spark of the divine. And we are all connected, we are all one. We are all unique because we are expressing that divinity in different ways. So The purpose of our life is to express the divinity in the unique way that we are supposed to live and express that unique form of divinity. But we have forgotten all that. हम deception में believe कर रहे हैं, appearance में believe कर रहे हैं. As a kid, somebody bullied you and you say, I am weak, I am helpless, I am hopeless, I am worthless. हो गया. The end. Story end. Tragedy. You are living a tragedy life. How many of you can connect with this? Maybe you overcome now, but at some point of time, this was the truth of your life. This is the biggest deception we are living in. This is the law of appearance. जब तक आप इस appearance को एकदम सर्जरी करके हटा नहीं देते हैं, till then you will never understand the law of divine oneness. You will never understand that you are divine. And unless you understand it, once you conceptualize this, only then you can manifest it. आप जब conceptualize ही नहीं कर पा रहे कि I am divine, I have the spark of divine, there is no way you can manifest divinity in your life. Then you produce ordinary results. You're not operating at your highest potential. You're possibly operating at 10% of your potential. And you produce ordinary results in life and live a very ordinary life and die a very ordinary life. But you are supposed to be absolutely brilliant and majestic in your life, expressing 100% of your potential, expressing the divinity that you are supposed to manifest in your life. And those who are doing it are called celebrities, right? Maybe in sports world, maybe in the film industry, maybe as a scientist, maybe as a artist, whatever, or as a healer, correct? Or as a light worker, or as a karma yogi, or a gyan yogi. You're all doing it. But you have to break through that law of appearance, break through the deception that we are living in, and firmly believe in that I am divine. Then the magic and miracles will happen in your life, and the law of divine oneness will be practically applicable in your life. So let's have some people share on this, because this is a third level of inquiry that we are getting into now. We saw in the outside world, we saw in our life, and now we are looking at how we can remove the law of appearance in our life and then make it work, make it really, really magical. So how many of you can see that? And how many of you would like to share what is opening up for you in your life? आपकी लाइफ में क्या चल रहा है? देखिए, लॉ ऑफ अपीयरेंस ने कैसे आपकी लाइफ में कोहराम मचाया हुआ है. अगर आप ये देख सकते हैं, then you can go beyond it. If there is a suffering and misery in your life, now I'm making a bold statement. If there is any kind of suffering and misery in your life, if there is any kind of dukh बोलते हैं, dukham sarvam dukham. No. If there is dukh in your life, suffering and misery in your life, tragedies in your life, you are completely entangled in the law of appearance. You have to identify it, go beyond it, then the law of divine oneness will create magic in your life. That is the takeaway from the session. Yes? So let's have some people share. And Amit ji ne share kar liya kafi. Sanjeev, contemplative mood. Anything you would like to share? Whenever you're ready, just tell me.
At the moment, fine, Shashi, I'm able to connect, but I'll go a little later. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Anybody else who would like to share? Yes, Jitin ji, go ahead. Yes,
Shashi
Parveen
ji,
ji.
see, हमको I have understood all about appearance, that I am divine and divinity is everywhere, but I have not experienced it. So this is so I will experience it only through meditation.
That is one way. Your sadhana is one
No,
way,
I have
definitely.
understood the law of karma and I accept my karmas. I accept whatever comes and I don't get upset. No? Now I
Good.
don't get upset also. But that divinity that I am divine, I don't know how I want to experience it, but I feel I don't meditate. Maybe I should meditate and then I would experience it. I have no idea.
Yes, the understanding has to come into your karma, in your thoughts, in your words, in your actions. So meditation, pranayam would help. Spiritual healing will help. And there are many other programs that you can do, so that you are already aware of. So Vedanta wisdom, Vedic healing, all these programs are there. You have done that, so you practice it.
So
Practice breathing, pranayam.
I feel that the moment the death time comes, when the subtle body is about to leave and the physical body shoot हो रही है, that time I will experience it because I have so much
No,
knowledge.
there is no point. There is no point.
No point.
You have to experience divinity right now. You are divine right now, not after you die. You will attain moksha right now, not after your death.
Yeah, that's what
You are
I'm
free right
looking for.
now.
Yes.
You are free and young and absolutely divine right now. Not after few births or not after when you die. Last आपको breath में आपको लग रहा है कि भगवान के दर्शन होंगे, नहीं होंगे.
Point of death, yeah, point.
नहीं, कुछ नहीं होगा point of death में. सिर्फ सांस बाहर जाएगी और दूसरी सांस नहीं आएगी. That is death. बल्कि every inhalation and every exhalation you are being born and you are dying every time.
Yes.
The moment you exhale, you are dying. The moment you inhale, you are born. Because many cells in your body die when you exhale, and many cells in your body are born when you inhale. So you are dying every moment. Why do you have to wait for the final moment? Correct? So
Okay,
focus
I'll
on your
work with-
breathing, focus on your pranayam, focus on your meditation. You will experience divinity. Bring that divinity into your karma, thoughts, words, actions. आप action में आ जाओ बस. साधना करो और action में आ जाओ. You will experience it. Yes? Vijay ji, 1 minute लूंगा. पहले Jitin ji wanted to share something. Yes, Jitin, go ahead.
Thank you, sir. So, sometime back, somewhere around November last year, prior to that, I was just thinking about कि ठीक है life में problems तो हर एक की हैं, but then I decided to switch the sides and I created a box. I took an empty box and I cut out A4 pages into almost 8 to 10 pieces. And since then, I'm into practice, not on the regular practice, but at least 5 days a week. Anytime I feel I'm happy about, I just write it down on a piece of paper and put that into my box. Okay. And I've kept it in front of my eyes in my office. So now it's almost 6 to 7 months. Now the point has shifted from being in a survival mode to being in a happy mode.
Very good.
So I have changed the disappearance of myself कि life में problems है to life में happiness है. Challenges आएंगे, face करेंगे, आगे बढ़ेंगे. That is something that I created for myself, and I'm working on my project. That is my personal project that I discussed initially about. So I've kept it as separate colored pieces about the same, different color cutouts. Every time I'm working on my dreams, I'm just putting that paper into that box, else that happiness paper. And I've tried to bring a shift in my life, and now I'm thinking beyond what is there after this happiness. I'm happy at every moment. It's just I'm not expressing it at that point of time. Now I'm able to think beyond this. This is what I wanted to share.
Very good. Thank you. Good. Thank you for sharing that. Just acknowledge Jitin ji.
Thank you,
so
sir.
Being happy is very, very profound, because happiness, when you're happy, you are grateful, and when you're grateful, you are happy. So look into that.
Absolutely, sir.
So that is a good mantra, and we have this mantra given to us. Feeling happy, giving thanks. So when you're happy, you give thanks. You're in gratitude. Perfect.
Right.
And by the way, what have you named that box?
My happiness box.
Very good. So
thank you.
So write Jitin's happiness box. That will be good.
Right.
Okay. So create moment of happiness there, and that will be the magic box for you, or the happiness box for you. Very good. Wonderful.
For sure, sir.
Let's acknowledge Jitin ji. Good practice.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, Vijay ji, go ahead.
I was just wanting to add on what Parveen ji was saying and what you mentioned. I think apart from Seva, Satsang, and the day-to-day, I think very important would be also to have the affirmation and listening to Aham Brahmasmi all the time. At least every day in the morning and in the evening. That will help.
Very good. So these are parts of your sadhana. So whatever sadhana you want to pick up, you will pick it up. चाहे वो कर्म योग में हो, ध्यान योग में हो, जो भी हो, आपका भक्ति योग हो या राज योग हो, जो भी योग आप प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं अपनी साधना में, उसको ऐड करो तो मंत्र शक्ति बहुत पावरफुल है, एफर्मेशंस बहुत पावरफुल हैं, and like what Jitin ji shared, happiness box or magic box is something very, very powerful. So all these will work in making your life work the way you want to create magic and miracles in your life. It will work. And the idea is that first of all you have to go beyond the law of appearance and then understand the law of divine oneness. So that is the topic that we are on to, and that is exactly what will happen. Otherwise you will get stuck into the law of appearance and your life will be entangled into suffering and misery. Yes. Let's acknowledge everybody who shared. So Jitin ji, Parveen ji, Vijay ji, yes. Okay, good. So we are reaching the closing time. Sanjeev, anything you would like to share?
Shashi, this has been a lovely thing. I just thought if I can touch a practical side of it for everyone, and nothing as a knowledge, but I'm connecting this to the very practical side of it. Ki, I would like to give an example. All of you have to think and participate. Let's say आपके घर में एक wardrobe है, और wardrobe में पूरा भरा हुआ, it is full. अब आपने उसमें एक दिन सोचा कि ओके लेट मी चेक क्या हो रहा है, कितना है, तो आपने wardrobe पूरा खाली करा, उसमें से जो काम की चीज लगी उसको आपने रख दिया, बाकी यू थॉट इट्स नॉट वर्दी नाउ, उसको आपने निकाल दिया, किसी को दे दिया, यू रिमूव्ड इट. अब wardrobe में स्पेस हो गई. यस और नो? आई एम गिविंग यू 2 वर्ड्स. आपको ये बताना है ये स्पेस को आप क्या नाम देना चाहते हो. चूज एनीथिंग, थिंक फास्ट, डोंट टेक टाइम. जो आपके दिमाग में वर्ड आए, इधर स्पीक आउट, ओके, और यू कैन राइट इन दी चैट बॉक्स. 2 स्पेस. तो ये जो स्पेस है, इज इट एम्प्टी स्पेस or is it open space? Think of it. Is it empty space or is it open space? Whatever comes to your mind. Either write or speak.
Open space.
Open. Yeah.
Open. Why not empty space?
Open has a feeling of being open to new learnings in life. Empty may mean not so positive and forward looking.
Okay. Okay, that's here. I hear from Amit. Somebody else was saying. Anjana ji, आप बोल रहे थे, Anjana ji?
Yeah, like open है तो you are open to you can think of refilling it. Some ideas comes, and if you are saying it's empty, so you want to ऐसा लगता है कि it should be empty.
आप बोल रहे if it is empty, ऐसा लगता है it is
सर
empty.
दोनों ही ठीक है, दोनों ही ठीक है मेरे
एक
हिसाब से.
रंजन जी, I'll just come एक मिनट रंजना जी से पूछ लो. रंजना जी, आपने बोला कि when it is empty ऐसा लगता है empty, and when it is open आपको लगता है refill it. तो क्या डिफरेंस है दोनों में, मैं समझ नहीं पाया.
Like जैसे um how to explain it? Let me think and then come back.
Good try. Let's go to Gunjan. You were saying something.
So first we have to be open about everything which is coming to our coming in our way.
Just explain from the, just explain from the.
Empty, खाली हो जाना, खुद को खाली कर देना.
So you are talking it's an empty space. That's, am I right? All right.
Both are correct. We
No,
should be open to everything.
Choose
It
one.
is a
नहीं
full,
दोनों ही ठीक है सर, कैसे
choose
बता
one.
दूँ?
neither empty, neither empty, neither open.
Neeru ji, choose one. Both
नहीं,
नहीं
it is a
चलेगा,
full.
नहीं
It is a
चलेगा.
full.
Both
It is a
नहीं
full.
खाली हो जाना, खाली.
Remember,
Okay, empty.
जो आज बोला है उसमें से एक चूज करना पड़ेगा. That's what Shashi is talking and I'm talking in a very practical way. इसलिए choose one, both or none. दो ऑप्शन नहीं है.
Empty.
Empty. Okay.
सब तेरा, सब उसका.
Gunjan, आप out of course जा रहे हो. We don't accept this answer.
Now I have to give reasons.
Empty मतलब खाली हो गया, अब उसको refill करने की जरूरत नहीं है. But
Empty.
open means you are open to the ideas that you would like to refill it.
All right.
Some point
Mitra
of
ji,
time.
you were giving some reason for this thing.
I mean, I took time. सबके ओपन आ रहे थे, तो फिर तो ओपन पे क्रॉस ही लगा दिया कि अब एम्प्टी करते हैं. एम्प्टी के साथ में वो अंदर से आवाज आई हम्प्टी डम्प्टी एम्प्टी बंटी शंटी एंड दैट इज समथिंग काइंड ऑफ हैप्पीनेस कि मुझे एम्प्टी वर्ड में ज्यादा हैप्पीनेस नजर आई ओपन के उसमें। एक तो डिफरेंट रहा और वो रहा, वो कोई ऐसा नहीं है ओपन स्पेस दोनों ही बराबर है, वो थॉट आई ही नहीं, मतलब
ओके,
माइंड तो या ब्रेन उसमें नहीं चला, दिल से आवाज आई कि चलो एम्प्टी की बात करते
ऑलराइट। मैं जस्ट अब लैंग्वेज चेंज करता हूँ। जगह खाली हुई, वो आपके लिए जो स्पेस बनी, वो खाली स्पेस है या खुली स्पेस है? अब हिंदी में बात करते हैं, आप सोचो थोड़ा, सी द डिफरेंस।
खुली स्पेस।
खाली स्पेस है।
Space. Okay. So Rupa, you saying khulli space. Why do you say, Rupa, about it is khulli space?
Because you gave the example of the wardrobe, so it looks like more organized. So more organized means khulli space, and everything is like in order.
Hmm.
So khulli space.
Okay. Okay. Anyone else who would like to share khali ya khulla?
May I?
Yeah, Meenakshi, most welcome.
Yeah, so in my point of view, I feel ये खाली है, it is empty, but it is kind of opportunity for new things, kind of positive way. In life also, when we have to move forward or gain something, we need to clear up our past or which is stacked up, which is full. So
Okay.
अगर देखा जाए तो as an appearance खाली है, but it is opportunity for another new things.
Okay. All right. Great. So thanks for the great participation. I'll keep it with simple words जो आज law of appearance के ऊपर शशि is talking. इन दोनों वर्ड्स में इतना सा ही डिफरेंस है, आपके इमोशंस क्या है?
Yeah.
What are your emotions? जब कभी भी आप दो वर्ड यूज करते हैं, खुला या खाली, तो जब खाली होता है तो खालीपन लगता है, तब हमारे को उसको भरने का मन करता है। जब कभी भी खालीपन होगा, आप उसको एम्प्टी देखोगे तो उसको भरने का मन करेगा। लेकिन जब आप उसको खुलापन देखोगे तो यू फील इतनी जगह है, अब आप अबंडेंस फील करो।
Content also.
बहुत
कंटेंटमेंट है, आप जो वर्ड बोले, इट इज अबंडेंस। जब खाली होता है, उसको हम खुद भरने की कोशिश करते हैं। जब खुला होता है, यूनिवर्स उसको अबंडेंस में भरता है। किसको अपॉर्चुनिटी देना चाहते हैं उस स्पेस में? खुद को। व्हाट डू यू थिंक, आप जो डालोगे या यूनिवर्स डालेगा? बिकॉज यू हैव टू चूज इन दोनों में से ज्यादा अबंडेंस किसके पास है, मेरे पास या यूनिवर्स के पास?
Universe.
Universe.
Absolutely. That's where लॉ ऑफ अपीयरेंस में जब हम एम्प्टीनेस बोलते हैं या खालीनेस बोलते हैं, हम एक्चुअली जो दिखता है वो सच नहीं है। जो अभी शशि बोल रहे थे, जो होता है वो दिखता नहीं है। दैट्स सिंपल थिंग। लॉ ऑफ अपीयरेंस इज ऑल अबाउट योर इमोशंस, all about your emotions. So just remember this. I just did Shashi a small practical way of sharing this point.
बहुत सुंदर, अति सुंदर।
Thank you very much. That's all, Shashi, from my side.
Sanjeev bhaiya, I want to add.
Thank you, Sanjeev. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes.
Welcome. Yeah, Rupa.
Yes, Rupa, go ahead.
I wanted to add something for Sanjeev bhaiya. पहली बारी संजीव भैया ने बहुत अच्छा एग्जांपल देके समझाया है।
ये पहली बारी बोल के आपने
पहली बारी एग्जांपल बोला, because शशि के साथ मेरी कल बात हो रही थी regarding some topic, and when this topic came like law of appearance which is deceptive and all, तो मुझे एकदम से मैंने connect किया what was going on with my situation that I spoke to him yesterday. तो मैंने अपने आप को क्या, मैं कहा देखो मैं सोच रही हूँ कि वहां वो खुश होंगे, but that's deception because he's in severe stress going on with the builders and this and that जो भी हो रहा है, और मैं यहाँ पे कंटेंट में हूँ और मैं जस्ट ऐसे ही अपने आप को सोच रही हूँ. सो दैट थॉट लेवल वाज देयर, सो आई वाज लाइक टोटली एट पीस एंड कंटेंट. थैंक यू संजय भैया फॉर कंफर्मिंग दैट. Thank you so much.
Wonderful.
Really appreciate.
Thank you, Rupa, for sharing that, and a big round of applause for Sanjeev. A brilliant way of showing what is law of appearance for you, right? Now, when we are talking of emotions, let me also build on what Sanjeev has said. So I'll give you another scenario. Yeah. So I have your permission for 5 minutes extension. Yes. Good. Thank you. So imagine a situation, and this situation is important because we often say कि I view my life very objectively. कितने लोगों ने ये बोला हुआ है, मैं बहुत ऑब्जेक्टिवली लाइफ को जीता हूँ. कहा है ये, सुना होगा बहुत लोगों को ये कहते हुए कि मैं बहुत ऑब्जेक्टिव तरीके से लाइफ को जीता हूँ. So what is the understanding of an objective incident and a subjective understanding of that incident? That is what we are going to look at with this example. Okay. And as Sanjeev rightly said, emotions are very, very powerful. So I'll give you a scenario. Imagine a crossroad, चौराहा है और आप उस चौराहे पे जा रहे हैं, गाड़ी में ट्रैवल कर रहे हैं आप लोग. So you can think that you have, right? और आगे क्रॉसिंग में आपको पता लगता है कि बहुत बड़ा एक ट्रैफिक जैम लग गया है बिकॉज देयर इज ए एक्सीडेंट विच हैज हैपेंड. दो गाड़ियों की टक्कर हो गई है, कुछ लोग इंजर्ड हो गए हैं, एम्बुलेंस आ गई है एंड इंजर्ड को हॉस्पिटल लेके जा रहे हैं. सो देयर इज ए बिग जैम और पूरा चौराहा चारों तरफ से पूरी तरह से जैम हो गया एंड यू आर ऑन वन ऑफ दीज रोड्स. नाउ व्हाट आर यू एक्सपीरियंसिंग right now? Okay, imagine scenario 1. उन दोनों गाड़ियों में जो लोग इंजर्ड हुए हैं उसमें पैसेंजर्स बैठे हुए हैं, राइट? चौराहे में एक जगह एक कॉर्नर पे एक हॉस्पिटल है जो अभी इसका फ्रेश इनॉग्रेशन हुआ है कल, एंड दैट हॉस्पिटल इज ऑन एंड द डॉक्टर इज वाचिंग दैट फ्रॉम द विंडो ऑफ हिज केबिन एंड इज वाचिंग द चौराहा. और वहाँ पे एक बहुत अच्छा मतलब बहुत सीरियस एक्सीडेंट हो गया है. नाउ व्हाट आर ऑब्जेक्ट क्या हुआ, ऑब्जेक्टिव अंडरस्टैंडिंग क्या है? दो गाड़ियों की टक्कर हुई है, लोग इंजर्ड हैं, कुछ लोगों को हॉस्पिटल लेके जा रहे हैं एंड ट्रैफिक जैम है. दिस इज द एग्जैक्ट सिनेरियो फॉर एवरीबडी. यस, हाउ आर डिफरेंट पीपल थिंकिंग अबाउट इट? जो गाड़ी में जो लोग हैं वो क्या सोच रहे हैं? व्हीकल 1 एंड व्हीकल 2 क्या सोच रहे हैं ये लोग? अगर आप वहां पे हो तो आपके इमोशंस क्या होंगे? अगर आप ट्रैफिक में हैं, जो कि आपको मैंने सिचुएशन दिया था, आप एयरपोर्ट जा रहे हैं, आपको फ्लाइट पकड़नी है, आप क्या सोच रहे हैं? और उस हॉस्पिटल में बैठा हुआ जो डॉक्टर केबिन से बाहर देख रहा है वो क्या सोच रहा है? उसके हॉस्पिटल का इनॉग्रेशन हुआ है और वो क्या सोच रहा है? इंसिडेंट सेम है सबके लिए, सब अपने अपनी सिचुएशन से उस सिचुएशन को देख रहे हैं. यानी कि event 1 is the one which is happened outside, event 2 is happening which is inside, happening in your mind. What is governing your life? The event 2 which is happening in your life, which is happening in your mind, is governing your life. Yes or no? Raise your hand if you are understanding this. So just think. Now let me have some sharings. Okay, जो दोनों गाड़ियों में बैठे हैं जिनके उनके दिमाग में क्या इमोशंस आ रही हैं? एक्सीडेंट हुआ है, उनके लोग इंजर्ड हो गए हैं, उनको कुछ लोगों को हॉस्पिटल ले गए हैं या लेके जा रहे हैं. व्हाट आर दे गोइंग थ्रू? इमोशन क्या है उनके? जस्ट गिव मी अ कपल ऑफ वर्ड्स, जस्ट शाउट आउट. क्या इमोशन चल रहा है उन
शुक्र है
गाड़ियों में?
बच गया.
एंड पैनिक, एंग्जाइटी, हॉस्पिटल में लेके जाना, खून बह रहा है, इंजर्ड हो गए, राइट? ये सब चल रहा है. जो ट्रैफिक में पीछे फंसा हुआ है, जो एयरपोर्ट जा रहा है, उसके क्या थॉट प्रोसेस है?
जल्दी करो,
एक्सीडेंट हो गया, स्यापा, लेट हो गया.
फ्लाइट गई. अगर आधा 15 मिनट में ट्रैफिक नहीं खुला तो बैंड बज जाएगा, फ्लाइट मिस हो जाएगी. He is in his own world. So the event 2 which is happening in his mind is governing his life. Event 1 तो सबके लिए सेम है, event 2 सबका डिफरेंट है. Now come to the doctor.
शुक्र है बिजनेस आया.
Absolutely right. Opportunity. जितना मर्जी वो कंपैशनेट हो पेशेंट्स के लिए, उसके लिए तो अपॉर्चुनिटी है. उसके हॉस्पिटल में पहला पेशेंट आने वाला है आज. कल शाम को इनॉग्रेशन हुआ, आज सुबह एक्सीडेंट हुआ है, तो ऑब्वियसली बड़े हॉस्पिटल में कॉर्नर में जो है वहीं पे आएंगे लोग. क्लियर? So it is always the event 2 in your mind which is happening, which is actually governing your life. How many of you understand this? So are we living in objective world or are we living in a subjective world? This is law of appearance. Yes or no?
Yeah.
अब अगर हमको ये मौका मिल जाए या ये आपको अगर क्या बोलते हैं उसे, पॉसिबिलिटी मिल जाए, एक गेटवे मिल जाए कि आप इवेंट 2 जो आपके माइंड में चल रहा है उसको हम रीप्रोग्राम कर सकें, उसको हम अपने हिसाब से नया एम्पावरिंग मीनिंग दे सकें, तो कैसी होगी लाइफ आपकी। बाहर की सिचुएशन जो मर्जी हो, बॉस गालियां दे रहा है, अब सिचुएशन चेंज कर देते हैं ना, पार्टनर के साथ झगड़ा हो रहा है, बिजनेस पार्टनर के साथ झगड़ा हो रहा है, लाइफ पार्टनर के साथ आर्ग्यूमेंट्स हो रही हैं, पड़ोसियों के साथ फाइट्स चल रही हैं, कोर्ट केस चल रहा है, प्रॉपर्टी डिस्प्यूट चल रहे हैं, मेजर हेल्थ इशू चल रहा है, फाइनेंशियल क्रंच चल रहा है, ये सब बाहर चल रहा है। अंदर के दुनिया में आपके माइंड में जो इवेंट चल रहा है, अगर हम उसको एम्पावरिंग मीनिंग दे सकें तो लाइफ कैसी होगी। हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू वुड लाइक टू हैव दिस एक्सेस इन योर लाइफ? Irrespective of what is happening in the outside world, I can create powerful, empowering meaning in my mind, in my life. क्योंकि जो माइंड में बनाओगे वही लाइफ में आएगा। Yes or no? Agreed? So how many of you are looking to as a opportunity or as a possibility in your life? Then keep your mind open, keep your eyes open. We will share about this more in the next program. Yes? And this is exactly what I am trying to say, law of appearance. जब law of appearance के थ्रू आप निकलेंगे तो डिवाइन वननेस की जो पावर एंड मैजिक है वो आपकी लाइफ में प्रेजेंट होगा, एंड यू विल actually manifest magic and miracles in your life. Yes? How many of you can connect with this? I hope all of you can connect with this. Yes? Very good, very good. Okay, so it's already 6 minutes over time. So जिन्होंने शेयर किया, thank you very much for your participation, and for the guests I will request them to mention, give their details so that we can connect with you and we can send you the recording of this program. And be participative, keep attending the programs, and we will meet again next week with a new spiritual law building on these. Until then, Aham Brahmasmi. Enjoy a great day, enjoy a great week.
Aham Brahmasmi.
Aham Brahmasmi. Take care, good night, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, everyone.